Robert Zane said, "You can play your games, but you better not play with my daughter." Wendell Pierce, who played Meghan's TV dad on Suits, came to her defense when the typical piece of crap vermin, Angela Levin, attacked her online yet again. Feminegra has a story, so let's get started. Thank you for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be reading an article from Feminegra and discussing Wendell Pierce's defense of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, in the face of Angela Levin's unnecessary but always present criticisms. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share so that more people can find us. Once again, this article is coming to us from Feminegra, written by Miss Historian, titled "Wendell Pierce Defends Meghan Sussex from Royal Biographer." Wendell Pierce, who played Meghan Sussex's father on Suits for 7 seasons, has publicly defended her against claims made by royal biographer Angela Levin. Levin alleged that Sussex's former colleagues described her as difficult and demanding amid reports of her return to acting. Pause. That is not only wrong and an outright lie, but they have been on record talking about how wonderful it was to work with Meghan. Every last one of them, on camera, into a microphone, on record, have all praised her. Again, remember when I said haters don't care about themselves no more than they care about anyone else? Because if you cared about yourself, you wouldn't be a hater. This is what I mean, because she has no problem looking stupid. First of all, she has no problem looking like that with that thing on her head. So we already know what we're dealing with, but she has no problem looking stupid is as stupid does and saying things that are easily debunked. Let's continue. Pierce's swift response challenged that narrative and reaffirmed her reputation as a respected professional. His statement came as Meghan prepares for her first scripted film since 2018, Close Personal Friends, co-produced by Ryan Reynolds' Maximum Effort. Angela Levin, known for her harsh commentary on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, questioned Meghan's ability to succeed in her new project. Her post recycled tabloid rumors from the Suits era, claiming co-stars had found her rude, which is demonstrably false. Levin's remarks coincided with media attention surrounding Close Personal Friends, a film featuring Meghan alongside Lily Collins. I also really like Lily Collins. I forgot to compliment her when we first talked about this, but I absolutely adore her. Early reports from set observers described her as relaxed and engaged, painting a picture at odds with Levin's tones. So here's the tweet. It says, "Meghan won't love being told what to do by any producer. Suits actors found her difficult, demanding, and rude, and she was only a starter then." Ugh. That is laced with microaggressions. I genuinely dislike that. Anyway. Levin's record of commentary has long drawn criticism. Her previous comments on the Sussexes' wedding, speeches, and advocacy have leaned on stereotypes that reduce her to caricature. And since 2018, she has not stopped, so the timing of her post appeared designed to reignite those narratives, just as Meghan reclaims her place in Hollywood. In doing so, Levin once again blurred the line between critique and personal animus. Wendell Pierce's response cut through speculation with the weight of first-hand knowledge. He dismissed Levin's statement as gossip and described Meghan as kind, giving, and talented. As Robert Zane, he shared years of screen time with her and saw her professionalism daily. His words carried the credibility of experience, contrasting sharply with voices who never shared a set or script with her. Hell, most of those people haven't even shared the same space as Meghan. So here's Wendell Pierce's tweet. Quote, "You have no idea what you are talking about at Angela Levin. I know that's right. You are a gossip monger looking to profit off of smearing a woman you know nothing about. Meghan was a kind, giving, and talented artist who I enjoyed working with for years. You, Angela, are a shameless hack." Now there's more to it, but I actually don't have a Twitter, so I can't click on that. Pierce's message went beyond a simple online reply. It showed that those who worked closely with Meghan Sussex have always described her as respectful and kind. By responding directly to Angela Levin, he added credibility to his defense and grounded it in real experience rather than rumor. Pierce joins a long list of Suits actors who have spoken publicly in support of Meghan. Patrick J. Adams once called her enthusiastic and cooperative. Abigail Spencer shared memories of her generosity toward crew members, while D.B. Woodside condemned past allegations as angering. I absolutely love D.B. Woodside. Sarah Rafferty and Gina Torres echoed those sentiments in interviews tied to the show's Netflix revival, describing her as loyal and generous. Support has also come from beyond Suits. Actor Simon Rex revealed that he turned down a large tabloid payment to invent a relationship with Meghan. These statements form a consistent record that challenges tabloid portrayals and highlights how her peers view her off-screen. Their defenses, spaced across years and mediums, reveal a truth that outlasts gossip. Yeah, I remember when Simon Rex was sharing that, I was already disgusted with what the media was doing. But finding out that they went that far, it shouldn't have been surprising, but it just seemed like such a tipping point. I believe they offered him $70,000. It was somewhere north of that. And even now, and he even went on to say at that point, he was between projects and he was actually struggling and he really needed the money and he refused to do it. And to this day, I'm so grateful to him and I will watch anything he's in. I already like Simon Rex, like he's a good actor, but I will absolutely watch anything he's in several times over because of that. That kind of integrity, you don't come across that very often. And I'm so happy that he exhibits what it should look like when someone comes to you with some BS. Miss Historian's final thoughts. Y'all know these are always my favorite parts of her articles. She says, Pierce's defense cut through the noise with honesty that the tabloids will never match. Angela Levin has spent years attacking Meghan Sussex in her commentary and books, often relying on claims from anonymous palace sources. Her latest claim is no different, another attempt to profit from a woman she's never met, twisting gossip into headlines for clicks. The real stories come from the people who actually worked with Meghan for years, not from pundits recycling royal talking points. It's time to stop listening to tabloid reporters who peddle fiction and start trusting those who know the truth. Wendell Pierce, Patrick J. Adams, Gina Torres, and others have all described Meghan as professional, kind, and generous. That should matter more than the bitterness of someone whose only connection to her is hostility. Read Miss Historian. I know that's right, but she wasn't done there. Royal sycophants are in a frenzy over Meghan returning to acting, pretending her cameo in Close Personal Friends is some grand scandal. Let's be clear. Acting was her career long before she married into the royal family. The quote, her titles got her the role line is nonsense. She earned her place on set the same way she always has, through work, talent, and persistence.
Well, the one, true north for her is the fact that she loves the prince.
Yeah.
And when all else is in doubt, that is the true north for her. I knew she was very much in love with her.
And who was... You spend a lot of time defending her, and
I would kill to work with Meghan again. I think she's, a huge talent, and more than anything, just the most motivated, driven human being I've ever met in my life. I'm grateful for her influence in my life, honestly, because Meghan and her wanting to give back and her charitable causes and her that part of her that is so pure and runs right through her and always has, is the sort of thing that inspires us to want to really dig into opportunities like this.
It's definitely hard to say goodbye, but we're a family. We still have relationships with these people outside of work.
It was absolutely surreal. It's been sort of mind-blowing in so many ways, but it was a remarkable day, and just to be a part of such an uplifting moment in history was just sort of incredible.
Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. Above all else, one of the things that I really appreciate is because Meghan has carried herself the way that she has her entire life, the way that she has impacted people, the way she has operated in good faith, the way she has treated people above all else, has not only continued to carry her name, but her reputation, even when she is not speaking on it. As a matter of fact, I believe because she has carried herself that way and operated in good faith, she never has to speak on it. If she chooses to, that's fine, but she does not have to speak on her treatment of anyone. She doesn't have to speak on her behavior. She doesn't have to speak on her reputation. She doesn't have a damn thing to prove to anyone. And that's because the proof is in the pudding. Everyone who has worked with her, who has met her, who has known her, have all said the same thing. She's nothing but pleasant, loving, inspiring, and she's extremely nice and giving and generous. One of the things that I really loved is the story, I believe it was Sarah Rafferty told of Meghan giving the leftover food from Suits from the craft services table, giving that to homeless shelters. It's little things like that that just go a long way. And again, this isn't something that Meghan herself publicized. It's likely not something that she even wanted out. It's just something that she wanted to do, and she did. She followed through. And so I say that to say, Angela Levin can continue to argue at a wall if she wants to. Honestly, she should be arguing at whoever made that damn wig. That's who she needs to be mad at. She needs to be mad at whoever made that nasty pasty lipstick that she's got on. And you know what? While we're at it, the Jersey Shore called season 1 and they want their shirt back, Angela. There is no reason a grown ass woman should be wearing a shirt, not only with that horrible print, but that's worn and torn like that. Look at that neckline. That has been through several washes on the wrong cycle, if I do say so myself. Anyway, like I said, she's worried about the wrong thing. And one thing I do appreciate is no one has a problem getting her together. You cannot continue to speak on people and expect folks to just roll over and allow it. You cannot continue to lie and misrepresent and fabricate stories about people and expect the people who know and love them to just be like, oh, she's just doing what she does. I have to say that's been one of the things that has frustrated me the most is whenever, and I'm not speaking from a first person perspective only, I'm speaking for just anyone. Whenever people defend someone, there's always this commentary that seeps its way in with this whole, I don't know why y'all are surprised. They do this all the time. Why are you wasting your breath? I don't know why y'all are surprised. No one said we were surprised that a hater was going to hate. What we are is going to defend somebody. What we are is outraged. What we are is tired of the BS. It doesn't mean that we're surprised. It doesn't mean we underestimated how much of a hater someone can be. It doesn't mean that we are inept in any way, shape, form, or fashion because we are responding to something that someone should not be doing. The fact that we made the choice to defend someone doesn't mean we're surprised there are haters. It doesn't mean that we're surprised that people don't like Meghan. It doesn't mean that we're surprised that they spend their time this way. It doesn't have to be a surprise for it to be absolutely unacceptable. And it doesn't have to be a surprise for us to respond to it. As a matter of fact, if someone were attacking me all the time, whether they did it a million times or one time, I would hope that the people who love me, who are in proximity and who are aware of it, would absolutely defend my name and my honor. And if you choose not to after a certain time and you recognize this is not going to stop, I'm not going to respond, that's one thing. But to shame other people for defending Meghan, especially considering she's an innocent party, we're not defending her against something that's actually valid. We're literally defending her against lies and fabricated nonsense. And honestly, racism and microaggressions. Everything that Angela Levin says reminds me of corporate when they can't exactly say, I don't want you here because you're a Black woman. So they find other things. She's intimidating. She's scary. She's unapproachable. Why aren't you smiling? It's all got that same, she's a bully. She's angry. Trust me, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but I have quite a few Black women in corporate who follow my channel. And yes, I am fully aware that when we discuss this, that you guys get triggered as well, because you know what it is. You can smell it from a mile away. And for those of you who don't understand, and especially those of you who've never had a firsthand experience, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky that people don't look at you and initially make an assumption based on preconceived notions and their own personal bias and then inflict harm on you because of their hangups, because of their ineptitude, because of their inadequacy. Be grateful you don't understand what that's like, but also stand aside when the people who do know what that's like step up to defend another one of our sisters. Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't care if Meghan has $1 billion, $1, $10, what have you. She shouldn't be treated like this. And the fact that people love to say like, oh, she's rich, she's got all this, she doesn't care. She doesn't have to care for me to care. She doesn't have to. I actually hope that she doesn't even know about it, but I do. It's not about her getting a pat on the back. It's about her having the right to live her life worry-free. She shouldn't have to deal with it. And for those of us who know what it's like, even on a small scale, I fully understand why you feel incentivized to say something, because someone should say something anytime people overstep lines like this. And if you have firsthand experience, someone should have said something on your behalf as well. You deserve to be defended as well. I actually feel like a large number of people who do use their channels and their platforms to defend Meghan do so in large part because they do understand what that's like to be unfairly targeted and mistreated, and no one to say shit about it, no one to defend you, no one to even it's something as small as calling it out and saying, hey, let's not be unfair. That could go a long way. So for the people, especially the people who claim to be pro Harry and Meghan, for those people to keep coming around and saying, I don't know why y'all are surprised. This is who Angela Levin is. I don't know why y'all surprised. That's Piers Morgan. I don't know why y'all surprised. It's Jeremy Clarkson. We don't have to be surprised to say no more. We don't have to be surprised to say, I got time today. I would hope that you wouldn't need to be surprised to be incentivized to take up for the innocent party. I would hope you wouldn't need to be shocked and surprised. As a matter of fact, how could you be? This shit has been going on for years. But because it's been going on for years, that also implies that it isn't a surprise. But it is tired, old, and unnecessary. It's about damn time it stops. It's been going on far too long. It's been going on for so long that you aren't surprised. Are you not tired? I don't think we need to be surprised, but we should all be tired of it. And we should all use our voices when we can and how we can to defend innocent parties of all kinds, not just Meghan, but anyone who's been taking unnecessary mistreatment. Anyway, it really baffles me when quote unquote allies play that pseudo all sides have a point of view role. I also have to make it very clear. Yes, everyone has a perspective. It doesn't mean everyone carries the same weight nor carries responsibility when there are problems such as this. There is a such thing as an aggressor and a victim. I hate when people do the whole all sides. Well, you never know what she did to contribute to it. Meghan don't even speak on this trick. She probably don't even know who she is. This woman has been speaking on Meghan and Harry for quite some time. It doesn't mean that they've done anything to deserve it. There is no all sides issue when abuse is present. That's why it's abuse. Because they have and for whatever reason, they're using their power, they're using their platform, they're using their authority, what have you, to oppress someone else, or at least try to. And just because we know Angela Levin's word don't go nowhere, it doesn't go far at all. And in no way, shape, or form can she impact Harry nor Meghan. She's not even on their radar. It doesn't mean that she should be allowed to continue to do this. Just because the moon will never howl back at the wolf, at some point, someone has to tap the wolf and say, are you not done yet? Can you leave us alone? Because we want to enjoy the moon. Can you move around? You don't like the moon so bad. Stop howling at it and go do something else. Find something else to do with yourself. Howl at the sun. Find something to do. Just because the moon never howls back does not mean that you should sit there and allow people to continue to howl at it. You're getting on all of our nerves. Just because Meghan doesn't know it's there, we know it's there. Wendell Pierce knows it's there. Patrick J. Adams, Sarah Rafferty, Gina Torres. I'm pretty sure they get tired of people coming at someone who they know and love. I would not sit well with that if people were attacking my friends. And I don't even know Meghan, and I get frustrated when people attack her, especially for no reason, but she's literally never given anyone a reason to dislike her, let alone attack her, let alone spend years trying to campaign against her. Like, first of all, you are quite powerful to have people so in a tizzy. I know that's right. But besides that, these people have made their entire lives and careers on trying to hate Harry and Meghan, but especially Meghan. And at some point, we have to stop leaning into I'm not surprised. That's how they always do. Okay, just because it's always been done doesn't mean it should continue to be done. People have to step up. And the more people who get their faces cracked just like this, the more people who think they can shoot their mouth off and then they get embarrassed in front of the whole world. That can happen enough times for people will say, okay, all right, that's enough. I'm tired of being embarrassed. I'm tired of getting embarrassed like this. It also upends her credibility. I can't believe people even buy her books. I don't know how she continues to book guest spots. Who wants to hear what this ragamuffin has to say? Except other haters. Anyway, thank you, Wendell Pierce, for getting this heifer all the way together. Now, if you ever make contact with her again, please let her know Blue Magic is on sale right now, and she needs to go and get her a jar and hit up those edges and those ends for that dry ass toupee on her head. Tell her to grease that nasty, ratty, disgusting scalp. And while you're at it, tell her to get some 100% extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff, not the cheap stuff, and put it on that wrinkled, nasty, leathery skin. She could really use some work done. Not Botox, but some all-natural remedies. Maybe, just maybe, if she changed her diet, changed her lifestyle, and started pouring into herself, she wouldn't find Meghan so goddamn triggering. Thank you, Wendell Pierce. Thank you for taking up for Meghan. That's all I have for y'all today. I don't think I have anything else to say. I probably shouldn't. I've said too much as it is. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this. I'm cheering for Wendell Pierce. I love that he does not let anybody play with his TV daughter. He shuts it down right away. And I can only say thank you for that. He also defended Layla Roshan the same way, I believe. I can't remember what it was, but he came to her defense as well. Like, he just seems like a really good person to have in your life, but also to work with. He just seems like a pleasant person to work with. That's all I have. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And if you in any shape, form, or fashion deal with Angela Levin, I need you to rethink your choices. I need you to really take stock of your life and say, why am I going downhill supporting this vagabond? That's all I have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.